Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small fighter. This one is exceptionally impressive with how it's all been set up, and it's called the Theron Assault Fighter, which is this lovely thing over here. So this features one hell of a lot of autocannons, one hell of a lot of Gatling guns, hydrant thrusters, so we are good for pretty much everywhere, and a lovely sleek design. So pressing F10 and finding this in spawn menu, the Theron is, if I can spell correctly, is 1,237 small blocks using the Wasteland, Heavy Industry, Sparks of the Future and Warfare 2 DLC packs. We've got a nice lot of information about it, such as the story behind it that was inspired by the Scorpius from Star Citizen. We've got its block count PCU, it uses no mods, and the creator also has a few other builds that you can find on this link. So giving this thing a thumbs up, which I already have, move around towards the very front, we'll have a good look around the outside, then we'll fly around for a bit, see how it handles, then I'll perhaps spawn in another one, put the AI on both of these and make them fight each other. So at the very front, what we can see is a bunch of grey and red steel blocks that make up the main body of the ship. We've got a fighter cockpit to drive this thing around, and right below there we can see the start of many autocannons that go all the way around this ship. If we were to move around onto the side, that is what we can see. If we pause here for the moment and I deploy the wings, what we'll find is those two autocannons that sit on the left and right hand side will also fold down when the wings deploy. Putting them back, they go flush, and then deploying them, they go slightly down. Anyway, putting wings away and moving around onto the side, that is all we can see. So we've got some nice use of our letter blocks with the eye and a little dash. Over to this section, putting my light on, we've got a 3-7 on top of a hydrogen tank. And then got the start of a few hydrogen thrusters that go all the way around this ship. Then over to this section, this is the side of our wings, where we can see our Gatling guns, and we can fire our Gatling guns like this. I'll show you them a bit later because it is a bit funny. Yes, we can see our hinge of how it's going to move all the way around. If I look at it like this and then deploy the wings, there we go, that's how it looks like. Coming over to this section, doing it one more time. There we are. So the wings angle themselves, and then the hinges just follow them all the way around. So putting it away once again, moving around towards the very back, past our Gatling guns, past our other autocannons. What we get on the tip of our wings on this side is some red blinking lights, and then the opposite, as you can see, we get some green blinking lights. Make sure that air control, or traffic control, know exactly where you're going. At the very back, what we got is a couple of fake heat vents. We've got our light block in a yellow colouring with some barred window blocks on top with a little slant to them. Once to deploy the wings once again, that's what it looks like, and they do slightly change their angle from being completely flush with the rest of the ship to rotating slightly. Putting away once again, getting a bit closer, there's a red light right in the middle. We can see a connector underneath there. If we were to drop down just a little bit, we can see some O or circles on the back of our Gatling guns, just add a bit of decoration to them. And right below there, we do have some neon tubes and some handles right behind our autocannons. Then going along towards the main body, some more hydrogen thrusters, there's our connector, even more hydrogen thrusters, some great use for our cylindrical columns. And towards the very front, there's all of our autocannons right below our cockpit. Coming around and moving up, so we can look down at it. That's what it looks like on the front. Was to press number 3 to deploy it once again, you can just about make it out folding all the way down. Moving towards the main body, even more hydrogen thrusters, and this is what our wings look like when they're tucked away. Deploying them once again, we see it fold up, and then the wings move around, putting them back. There we go. Then towards the very back, that's all we can see. And that is a very brief look around the outside of the Theron Assault Fighter, and looks bloody fantastic with how it's all been set up. It's a very impressive design, and has one hell of a lot of firepower to the point that you want to have a lot of ammo on this, because you're going to burn through it very quickly. So now what I can do is just grab hold of my character, tuck them away for the moment, bring up the HUD. These are the controls we get, where number 1's going to be for our autocannons all the way around this, and as you can see when the wings are tucked away, we'll shoot them at an angle. So I suppose if you're flying around like this, you can hit multiple targets. But it gets even better if I switch over to the Gatling guns, and there we go, we can basically broadside any enemies that try to get beside us. And then of course pressing number 3 that deploys our wings, coming out to our autocannons, we can see them all shooting forwards, then going to our Gatling guns. There we are. And of course, if you really want to, you can put all the guns into one single block, fire them all at the same time. That's up to you. Yes, as for that, all we've got to do now is test fly this around, and I'll go and spawn in another one and make them fight each other. So moving forwards, this is what we get. Well, not the fastest thing in the world for a small fighter, but it seems perfectly fine considering the amount of firepower on this, and well, we'll just annihilate anything coming towards us. Coming to a stomp, that's what we get, it's perfectly fine. You do have to be a bit careful while charging along towards the station to make sure you don't crash into it, but that station has a safe zone, then go right ahead. If you were to move left, I don't think we're going to show up on the meters for a while. There we go, we are a bit slower than forwards and backwards. Moving right, still perfectly fine. Seems very well balanced all the way around so far. Moving down, and then moving up. Yes, like I said, it's a very well balanced ship all the way around with its thrusters. And as with gyroscope controls, let me put the wings away for the moment, then wiggle this around. That's what we get with that. And deploying the wings, it becomes a bit more draggy. There is a bit of meat to controls. It makes it so it's not too floaty, and well, certainly suits this size of ship. So now what I'm going to do is just pop out of this for the moment, find the AI blocks, here they are, and now I'm going to make this fight each other by turning them into drones. We're going to move these two little panels at the front, that'll do, and now I need to make sure this is on the right hand side. That'll be the flight move. We now need to have the combat block. There we go, just drop that down, hopping into the cockpit, setting these up, now I'll copy and paste them, give one to the space pirates, and hopefully away they go. So into this, turning the AI on, we want to make sure they're searching us on 5 seconds. Want to make sure it's on circle and orbit, putting all the guns. So there we go, we're just going to add all of these through. And I think that is pretty much set up. So coming over to flight move, we want to make sure the AI is turned on. Collision avoiders can also be turned on. And the speed can be up to, let's say, 50 meters per second. Now I'm just going to hop out of this, copy this one, and paste it somewhere in the distance. And here we go, I've given this one to the space pirates. After a few seconds, hopefully it'll turn around and start to attack each other. Here we go, it's now targeting it, it's trying to go around. There goes all the autocannons, there goes all the gatling guns. The other one is flying in. Is it going to return fire? Hopefully it will return fire. I'm not too sure if it's going to. It seems to be just floating around trying to target me. What's going on down there? It seems to be turning around. Will it start to shoot? Hopefully it will. If not, this is going to be a one-sided battle. Here comes all the shot. Here comes all the autocannons, all the gatling guns. Now firing straight into each other. I think it's going to be a very close one. They are slowly picking away at each other. We see a few damage blocks at the top there. And now just circling around, just pummeling into each other. Coming around to this one. Let's go and take a look at this. When the auto dampener is attached onto that one. Turn around and hiding the HUD. Now going to circle around, try to realign their cameras. And there we go. The good guy is now blasting into the bad guy. It seems like they have disabled the gatling guns. No, they have not. We've got a few of them still firing. It looks like they're disabled only on one side. And there's a small little lag spike. Can't see how that is doing a good job at aiming at the enemies. It's actually leading the target. Here comes the return fire. A few shots are coming in there, but I think that might be the end of the Space Pirate version. So I don't think it's got too many guns remaining. This one is still pummeling straight into it with his gatling guns. And it looks like the other one is trying to get away. There goes one of its wings. I don't think there's too much remaining of that. Just going to try and fly over to this one. What have we got remaining? Not too much. It's in dire shape. And it's not going to be able to fight back. So that is a clear victory to the good guys. Space Pirates have lost once again. That is pretty much it for the Theron Assault Fighter. It's a lovely little ship if you do wish to have a small fighter in your world. It makes for a fantastic drone if you can feed it with enough ammunition to make it fire. But in creative mode, you could have a lot of fun setting up small fights against other ships. So there'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.